At long last, it's May. To catch y'all up, I'm halfway through my season at this point. I kicked things off in Florida, hunted a bird for 3 days straight, and by sheer luck it would seem, was able to catch up with him. From there I went to Alabama and got to witness one of the coolest things I had seen turkey hunting thus far in my career, which was an Alabama tom strutting up through a burn at sunrise. From there, it was time to head home. Although I did get a bird in the rain on the second day of the season, the next few weeks were pretty tough on me, and I had a hell of a time trying to get another bird for both myself and some buddies. But I kept pushing, and 3 days before I left for my western swing, I tagged out in North Carolina. So now we're all caught up. I'm headed west to continue the turkey van tour for a swing that'll prove to be my favorite thus far. I'll try my hands at Merriams and Rios for the first time. I'll learn more than I ever thought I could. I'll establish memories and experiences that will tug at my heart and soul, and have more fun than I thought imaginable. But before we get into all of that, we're headed to Kansas. Driving through the night, this is the Turkey Van Tour. Good morning, folks. As you can see, the sun's rising. I'm running a little bit late, so I'm gonna get all my stuff together, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what we're doing this morning. Good morning, everybody. There's a lot going on, a lot to fill y'all in on. Running a little bit behind today, but yesterday I started making my way out west to final destination is going to be South Dakota. I was only able to get as far as Kansas, so I figured instead of wasting the morning either sleeping or behind the wheel, we'd get a hunt in this morning in the closest state that we could. And so we're here. We're in Kansas. I've never stepped foot in Kansas before, but we're here now. And by God, if there ain't turkeys gobbling right now. There are several turkeys gobbling right now on public land from the sounds of it. I need to try and get over there, but also the last thing I want to do is spook these turkeys. Pretty small piece of public that I'm on right now, so not many trees, a lot of big open fields. So I'm pretty positive that we're going to see these birds out in these fields. So, and I think they're going to spend the majority of their day out there too, but there's one gobbling across the road too. That's not on public. I got a whole hour of sleep last night. I'm trying to make it here before the sun rose, before gobble time, and we did not succeed in doing that, but they're probably starting to fly down any minute here. So I just want to make sure I'm real careful so as not to spook any turkeys, because we've got, by God, there might be like 3 or 4 of them gobbling up there. It's a little chilly, a little windy too, but we want some Kansas gobblers, and we'll see if we can't take one home with us, or can't take one to South Dakota with us. They were roosted back up in these trees, but kind of a little bit further deeper up in there. I think I'm gonna try to drop down in this creek and wrap all the way around, get on that side of the field. I'll have better cover with the sun and the shadows over there too, I think. And be a little bit closer to where they were this morning. Turkeys are across this creek. These turkeys are over here. Across this big creek. I honestly don't know if we can get them to fly over. I feel like we might be able to. That could just be me being optimistic. Three of them all gobbling together over there. I mean, I think I'm in a decent spot. I'm certainly set up good for those turkeys if they do come this way, but I don't know what the likelihood of that is. We heard these birds gobbling this morning. They were roosted back up on private, and I can see tracks right around in this field where I'm set up in. So I know they're coming and hitting this field, but right now they've worked across the opposite direction, across a road, it would seem, and they're not gobbling to the call right now. They shot gobbled to a siren going off a little bit earlier, but they're over there moseying about in that field. I don't know what time they might end up over here. Shouldn't be out here all day. I need to go ahead and get to South Dakota, but if they are going to end up this way, I feel like I'm in a really good setup. I absolutely see one coming right down that road. There's a bunch of tracks right around there, and if it sounds like they're flocked up over there, if they start splitting up at any point, then I could definitely see they gobbled to my call a couple times while they were over there. They haven't recently, but they definitely know I'm over here. So if one of those, sounds like there's three gobbling together, if one of those gets a little curious or gets a little lonely, comes and checks out what we got going on over here, then we may have a shot. But for right now, we're playing the waiting game. This window between 8, 9, 10 o'clock. I feel like birds are usually just hanging out with whatever hens or whatever turkeys they flew down with. So we'll see if these birds end up working back over here. If not, then I reckon we'll see you in South Dakota. The time came to continue moving west to South Dakota. There, I'd meet up with some buddies of mine from back home who had also tackled the 27-hour drive to the Sioux State. are just moseying our way on down South Dakota to start turkey hunting here. It's been a long drive, I tell you. I'm running on a singular hour of sleep. I got the harebrained idea to spend the morning in Kansas. And I'd do it again. I'd do it again if I could. Probably will end up doing it again, to be honest with you. But anyways, we're gonna keep driving.
It'd be all of our first times hunting Merriams, and I gotta say, I was pretty damn nervous that we wouldn't even be in the game. To my relief, that wasn't the case at all. On the next episode, despite my worries, Caleb, Nathan, and I are on a hot Merriams tom. Our very first day together in South Dakota.
They're making some crazy noises.